Chance 301, June 16th. But yeah, basically, this New Age mind slavery involves implanting people with these neural implants and then harvesting their data. And then once you're implanted, they look for different ways to exploit you and monetize your data and monetize you as a being. For example, they'll tell people they'll even try to commit financial crimes around you, in order to try to frame you for the crimes they commit, while they're exploiting you and using you as a slave. So, like, let's say they'll tell you you're an actor. They'll tell people you're an actor and teaching acting classes when you're not, and then they'll sit there assaulting you, committing crimes, bombarding you with telepathy, trying to pull you into debates, this and that, and create some environment around you against your will, and pretend that you're an actor giving acting lessons, and they're trying to exploit you. And the things you say is another piece of some of these people's tactics. Let's say you make ideas, they'll steal your intellectual property, and while you're in the idea making process, they'll use their brain maps, monitor your brain, and while you're in an idea making process and in a creative process, they'll be mapping your brain, stealing your brain map, stealing this data from your brain and the firing patterns associated with carrying out these tasks. Then they'll sell that to people involved with AI programming, while also stealing your intellectual property, while also exploiting you to others and saying you're like an idea creator, teacher, or something. So they have different ways of exploiting you and exploiting your data while they hold you hostage covertly in your home, assaulting you, shocking your brain, your heart in general. Some of them will sell you as a punishment mule to people and get you implanted with tech. And rich people and lunatics involved in some gambling ring will use you to experience punishments for their crimes while people shock you and slowly murder you. So they've got a lot of different ways to exploit people with this technology and this implantation jazz. And a lot of it revolves around stealing your data and mapping your brain and selling that data to AI programming people and selling it to other people who monetize data. And basically, it revolves around implanting you and then exploiting you and your data in various ways. So that's another piece of this New Age mind slavery. But yeah, even right now, they're even holding me hostage, trying to watch me communicate, and probably using it in a form of criminal exploitation too. So they don't just exploit you in legal ways and selling data. Granted, it's illegal since they're stealing your data, but they'll even create ways to exploit you in criminal fashions, and then also try to frame you for their crimes. And then they're lying to these people with criminal negligence who still haven't arrested these people. So this has been going on for almost 7 years, and these guys still aren't behind bars. So it's a big piece of this, man. But it basically revolves around this implantation jazz, and then people looking for ways to monetize your data and your being illegally against your will, while they hold you hostage and try to abuse you into compliance and crack you with various technological whips when you don't comply with their demands. They'll even try to monetize your brain and sell you into illegal experiments with, like I said, this MK Ultra human programming jazz. But a lot of it's just exploiting you and monetizing your data against your will. And if you report them, they try to murder you covertly, abuse you covertly. They'll try to monetize you and exploit you sexually. They have all sorts of horrible acts they've been committing. These sickos need to go to prison.